Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. We are fighting the war in Spain while playing World Ablaze for Hearts of Iron 4's No Step Back DLC. Gotta make sure we get all it right. And of course, we're playing as Germany, but we are intervening and taking out the Reds, the commies, the evil ones. Well, other evil ones. We're not going to do great war tactics. We could have done that before, and that would have gotten us that. Would have been done earlier. Research bonus for. Yeah, but we want to maybe come down here, so let's. Not exactly sure what you're talking about, Ari. The better he gets. Okay, so we've. Let's build a few silos here. Now we stock up some more. Okay, well, let's come over to here. Well, to here is where we want to go, but I want to cut this off. Right. Now, well, it's October, but you were to click on the combat log for the volunteer Spain, it would say he captured a good couple hundred guns. Oh, okay. Let's see. Combat log, equipment, enemy combat losses. Okay, so recovered here. So is that what you're talking about? Recovered? So some light tanks. Or is that losses that we recover back? I don't know, but either way. Okay. Very interesting. Thanks, Harry. Hover over the enemy guns. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. Captured. I gotcha. Either artillery, but okay. 730. I see what you're saying. Very good. Thanks, Harry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Currently bringing in 20 rubber. Well, we're full on fuel too. Just trying to think which would help us sooner. Is there anything else? I'm ignoring naval this playthrough. No, I do like mine warfare. I don't even know if I'm going to build like sub or mine laying subs. Yeah, let's do this now. Rubber. Okay, we'll see about getting that. I'm just wondering which to do first, not which I'm going to do ultimately. Okay, I'm trying not to attack across the river at them. World movement, cool. Now we're going to come down here and tank doctrines. Get some of these when they'll still be useful. We got the. See, if I'd done this earlier, so I know I do focus on industrial production. If I'd done this earlier, it would have gotten some research bonus for some of those, but we're researching ahead fast enough anyway, so let's do this now, though. Well, we've got a airport over here, so let's move our forces to here. I'm not sure if that's better or not, but it's just different. Nanjing's already full? Wow. Okay, Japan did a nice little invasion in here. Okay, we got some more fuel silos coming. Wood. I was told at the start of the war you want about 200 military IC, so we need to keep building those. Hey Mauricio, how you doing? We're battling the war in Spain and building our industry up. And both are seeming to go all right. How are things with you? Okay, so we've got that cut off here. Let's, maybe I should have just pushed in there because those guys look very pathetically bad in condition. Don't know that they stole, but they used the same thing I used for that swamp fox. And desert fox, of course, he's known for, but swamp fox as the term for swamp fighter. It comes from the American Revolution, swamp fox. Okay, look, I know sometimes people say, "Hey, you should go post this over at the Discord on, World Ablaze or whatever." Sorry, time whatnot. So if somebody wants to carry the message back to them. Rommel should start with Mountaineer as well. Okay. Um, I don't, I know he becomes the Desert Fox, but he should be a Mountaineer. Um, I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Rommel before or read his book, but Rommel, in World War One, he gets his pour le mérite, the blue max, which you don't really see there, for taking a very tall mountain on the Italian border, and he was in, and that's the highest award you can get in Imperial Germany, the pour le mérite. Um, but he's also, he fights outside of being early on is part of the Schlieffen plan moving through the plains. He spends almost the entire war fighting in the mountains, whether against the Italians or down in Romania. So he is and his infantry attacks, if you read his book, it's all set in the mountains. He is a mountaineer. So that he should start with that. That should not be something he needs to gain just as a thing. I don't know why he doesn't start with Panzer Leader. I know he wasn't originally, but yeah. Rommel was Rambo in Romania, Strauss Trooper, very much so. Yeah, so yeah, he start lend-leasing fighters and rifles to Spain. Well, we are already doing some lend-leasing to Spain. Well, let's look at our current logistics for things. Fighters. We got 400, and a lot of them are older. So, yeah, let's see if Japan will take a lend lease. Okay. Well, monthly units. 10 sounds maybe pretty good. 20. I know it's not a lot, but it'll just be something. What is our current lend lease to the nationalists look like? Okay, yeah, let's. Do 10 there. Won't last too long, maybe we'll run out of them, but let's do that as well. We're into November, so Get that going. Cut these guys in the mountains off. Guderian's wooden panzers. Okay, that needs mechanized army too. Research that. Not that I'm not planning going super far down on this, but let's come back over to here. Station tote. Yeah, let's do that. Pro tip on the map, if you right click on a country, you automatically jump to its okay. Right click, okay. Thank you, didn't know that. I knew if I got onto the country I could, you know, just click the flag, but okay. Right click. You know, this I find with a lot of games, you learn a way to do something, and you don't often stick to it, not because it's the best or anything like that. It's just the way you know, and it works, and you don't necessarily look for better ways. You just sort of like go, oh, okay, yeah, this is how it works, and you do it. And I've learned a lot from watching other YouTubers play games and seeing the way they click and do things. That go, oh, okay, you can do it that way and whatnot. I don't know. I guess now here we'll do that too. Well, okay, Ari, thanks for stopping by. Have a good day at work. Before they cut off iron. Okay, well, guessing that's a national focus Swedish trade deal. Let's see, do I see a Swedish flag somewhere here? Oh, here, okay. I see. See, this is the type of thing because I mean, it wasn't a rant or anything, but I went on how this is entirely unhistorical in that we can't trade with the U.S. Britain also, but the U.S. wanted to trade with Germany. They very much did. And they very much were. So if you watch the earlier episodes, I go on about how IG Farben was working with Standard Oil, about how Ford Motor Company had 2 factories in Germany, and yeah, Opel Blitz. Opel is a wholly owned American company. So all the Opel Blitzes made before and during World War II were made by an American company in Germany. So America used American technology motorizing Germany in World War II, because that was owned by is it Chrysler? No, General Motors. It's General Motors. Opel Blitz is wholly owned by General Motors, and I'm sure they would be selling. Oh, another bug for you to kill over on YouTube there. Arno, if you're not too busy. So I will do the Swedish trade deal next. Next national focus. No, go. Cap it. Or, you know what? No, we'll sort of be cut off, but we'll turn around and come back if need be. We don't get follow-on forces quick enough. Okay, by one. No, I'm not trading just for a tungsten, but yes, thanks for the notification. Okay, good. We are getting follow-on forces. Can we get there in time before you... We can get there before you dig in, at least. Me. Come on, guys. You haven't taken out a little pocket there? I sort of ignored that because... Well, I thought we had better opportunities to cut things off other places, but... I'm not really paying attention to spies this playthrough. I'm not at all. So, I don't know, Arno, did you hear me that we have a bot to kill over on YouTube? I don't know if you were paying attention at the moment. Okay, we got that. Let's see if we can crush these guys. Let's see, what do we want to do? Okay, we have Hadler. I think we'll be getting Rommel as a possibility. Let's click over here. I think we can. It's yeah. It's here. Okay, so it's not there. Theorist, we want to do experience gain. Yeah, just better. We're gonna do that. Good. Yeah, oh, I'm sure. Thanks, Arno. Yeah, oh, I'm sure. It just, guys, part of it, it's not whether I think it's good or not to do it. It's just like, it's like naval stuff. Because I'm still learning this, I want to, and I'm trying to chat with you and hang out and whatnot. And you guys do help very much by your suggestions here. It's not a pain. It's a good thing. It just, I want to focus only on a few things. And not try to do everything. This isn't Gamer's ultimate playthrough of either this mod or of Hoi 4 or anything like that. It's just, we're taking a look. We're looking at mechanics. We're looking at things like, I'm learning about this that I didn't know that was here just because I haven't, looked through everything. See, that's also calling me an extra research slot. We'll see about that soon too, but we'll get this done. So, the spy stuff is good. Much better than its start. Some of the stuff, and I don't know if World of Blaze changes the spies at all, but looking at more at vanilla spies that I've played with, some of it I think is a bit overpowered, and some of it I think is takes too long to do, or meaning you only get to do a few spy missions at once when there's all kinds of spy missions going on. I think the system could be significantly improved, but it's a good start. Okay, Swedish iron cause. Okay, we got Swedish iron. Let's keep building military factories. Getting the silos done. Building over here where it's quick and easy to build them. Okay, well, you know what we're also going to do here is get some Panzer IVs into production. Yeah, that's new there. So what we're gonna go over from the Dornier DO-17 to the Heinkel HE-111, which historically they continue to do both. Oh, we can now do Waffen SS. West Wall, but we don't need to do West Wall yet. Well, we're just now into 38. Done that, so don't get okay. Well, let's see. We have enough men. We need, okay. We need more. Okay, that's what we need to do now. It's later than 38th of January. Is when the thing. But let's move some divisions next to each of these two provinces. So let's. Now let's also, before we do that, oh yes, or now we can just do that. Okay. Unknown focus, but what we can see here of what they've done. And with this is what you want to see that they've done before you come in. Research slots, because they don't give you extra research slots based on that. I think you get an extra research slot for Austria, I think. Well, for Germany here. It may say so here. I don't know. But what you want to see is all these civilian and military factories built up before you go in. That you don't care about. Don't really care about any of that. And fortunately, I guess the AI has been told to do just what you want them to do to make Austria a juicy target. So I would, if I thought they were researching one of these, I might wait a little bit more. So we'll wait on this a little bit to get some of these armies moved over there. Damn, you know, I love this. This just made when I saw that this happens because it's moving along the railways. This is so great. This is so great. This is wonderful. You know, every time, right now, I'll say this: collaboration, less manpower waste, more industrial exploitation. Good to know. What graphics card, Ringo the Dingo? I have a RTX 3080 Ti. You can scroll down. It's a Strix Republic of Gamers Strix card. It's actually a very nice card. I spent considerable amount of money getting that card, and you don't need it to play Hoi 4 at all, in my opinion. I did just fine with my old GTX 1070 Ti. My biggest problem was dealing with recording and streaming, which are two different processes that I'm using, and it's done on the GPU. And I have NVIDIA Broadcast, which gets rid of, like if a loud truck or bus goes by outside or something, it kills that noise. So it's running that, and that's running on the graphics card. So I got a bunch of other processes running on graphics cards, and that was choking things. So I needed a better card, and yes, I spent the money to get that card, and it well more than suggested retail. But for what I need to do, it's worth it. Okay, well, it's now a year ahead, but let's see, we should have some 38 technologies. 3060 Ti, yep, another good card. I mean, anything in the 30 series is a good card that I know. The only question is it worth the money you pay for it? That to me is the only real question. Well, let's do this. And since for me it is not necessarily a profitable business, but it is a business. So no, that's not who I want. I want to. This is okay. So you get the divisions. So if anybody's interested, they can. If you're on, oh well, Ringo the Dingo's on YouTube, but yeah, on Twitch I have my game set up. I see the feed from both things, and sometimes I'm paying attention to what the symbol is, whether it's Twitch or YouTube, and sometimes I'm not. Maybe clearly looking at that. Okay, well. Yeah, we'll do better Stukas. You don't have much organization, but you'll be getting some more supplies now that you're connected up better. Japan incident. We're in Japan, and I'm very sure that the pilots knew they were attacking an American. Ship in China. Now, whether the High Command approved it or not, I don't know. We often see Japan or Japanese mid-level people, officers primarily, but mid-level people making decisions that are contrary to what, at least the or what's approved by the higher authorities. Well, very good, Ringo. Very good. Got to check your channel out then. I didn't know you were doing it. As well. And basically, because of NVIDIA Broadcast, I'm only going to be using NVIDIA cards unless AMD comes out with a similar sort of setup. Because I mean, right now it's quite quiet where I am. Though I do have a heater on that you might be able to hear in the background if it wasn't for NVIDIA Broadcast. But sometimes there's noise. Thursday when I was streaming for Slitherine, unfortunately NVIDIA Broadcast was not for some reason seeing my I rebooted the system and it worked, but wasn't seeing my microphone, so it wasn't working. So I had to bypass it, and there was construction where I live, and that was coming through, so it wasn't so great. It wasn't terribly distractive. No, I haven't sent a military attaché to Japan, and I should. That's an they will not accept. Bummer. Now I can, not sure that it will get them to accept, but we can do the collaboration with Japan. That might get them to allow that to happen. So we may see that soon. After Onslush, of course. Just 7 days. That won't take too long. So we'll probably do that next. Yes, they do have a sound gate, and that does help. But it doesn't it doesn't do what NVIDIA Broadcast does, and I do have a noise gate there, which again, that might take the heater out, but some of the louder stuff it wouldn't. Yeah, I highly recommend OBS for recording or streaming or whatever you want to do. Okay, we're not yet caught up on fuel, but we're heading that way. So we're going to focus more on military ICs for the moment. Let's look here. Okay. I think we can put, let's map their manpower out here. Good. Let's see. Extensive construction. Meantime. Yeah. Costs. We have it right now. Yeah, I think so, because I've run out of manpower before, so let's do that and try to increase our base of manpower. Does NVIDIA let you record because I think OBS? No, okay. NVIDIA Broadcast, Ringo, is an AI. It's not a recording software, so I don't think it is. It was originally called RTX Voice, but they've changed the name and they've added some more stuff to it. so I use OBS as my recording and streaming software. What NVIDIA Broadcast does is like it has an AI that takes out background noises, has some other AI features. It's for NVIDIA cards, it's for the RTX cards. So if you have an RTX, your 3060 Ti should run it just fine. And so it is, as opposed to a noise gate, it actually filters. It's not a noise gate. It's not based on noise. It's actually hearing the audio around me and figuring out what is intended, my voice, and not what is intended around. So yes, we will be doing some more synthetic refinery. Partially because we're getting this, we're going to do some more synthetic there. So I highly recommend NVIDIA Broadcast if you have the right card for it, and use it. And so you can look into it and read up on it. So, but I definitely recommend you to go to use NVIDIA Broadcast. Now, on the 1440 or 1080, you will find your file sizes getting huge for 1440. I decided that at least I don't think there's a significant number of viewers out there on YouTube that aren't going to be watching your stuff at 1080p. That would go, oh, this looks like crap. I only want to watch it at 1440 or whatever it might be. So I don't think it's worth the effort, or I would do it. And it's going to be a lot more upload size. It's going to be a lot, and because I also keep copies of everything that I make. So I got some external hard drives. They're just stacked up over in a corner on a shelf. But external hard drives that I use dump all of my old videos on, so I have a copy of stuff. So that would be an expense. So look, I got more than 1,000 videos. So yeah, so that would be an expense of storage. So yeah, so I decided to just stay at 1080p for my things. Yes, okay, let's see. So we will get this, get political power, gain base support, MIFO bills, discuss. Oh. Let's do Japan, just take 7 days here. We now have better fighters and better bombers. Let's improve this. Okay, so we're right there. Let's see, when we go to the D1. Not a bad hit, bit of a hit. And bombers, we're not currently building the bomb. Oh, okay, we already have that. Quick look through this. Anti-air, good. Not building a lot more, but some more. Armored cars are pretty slow production, but okay. Light tanks, medium tanks. Yeah, I think we're just going to why do we have, I thought, huh? How did we get this in there? I don't know. Pretty sure I didn't do this. Was this one of the national focuses, maybe? We'll see about that in a bit. Let's trash this. Bye-bye. No, we need a lot more tungsten. Fine. We'll get some of that. And yeah, we're going to go to 5 per thingy. We got a lot more factories now, I know. I notice. Because of Austria, of course. We're going to see how much we need of some of these things. I think we can reactivate some steel mills, maybe. Or maybe we have to build more, but in the meantime, import some. Support 10,000. So we probably don't need to increase support equipment production. Well, okay, we'll get a few factories doing that now. Decisions. Okay. Disband the SS. No, we're not doing that. Activate core steel mill. We're going to see about importing some more rubber. More worth of that and tungsten. That's good. Yeah, 2 factories in there. Test. Well, we're playing. We're learning. Let's go back. Wait, okay. Any editing stuff? I'm using DaVinci Resolve. It's a free editing software. Fortunately, I have Eric, a good friend of mine, who's also more of a streamer on Twitch, but helping training me on that, though I've been having some problems with it. I think I might have it solved, but DaVinci Resolve is what I use for editing software. Mostly I don't edit, just go this and put it up there. Been an early Zoom meeting. I hear you on that, Beam Slam. Okay, so let's go with this, and let's go with some more synthetic factories now that we can here. Built deep into Austria. We hope somewhat safe. Bombing. Somewhat, not pervious or too far away 100%, but okay, well. Okay, we got them. Where's our... You guys come... You guys come to here. Let's use this. No, I've not played Iron Curtain. Ringo. I'm guessing that's a Cold War mod, but I don't know it, obviously. Just into 38. Okay, yeah, mountain. Let's do mountain. We want to do parachute. Parachutists. I don't know if that was a good choice. Put the squeeze on them, yes. Okay, national focus. We're doing the collaboration with Japan. I know that. Okay. Okay, we don't have 1,000,000 men in the field yet, so we're not ready to push on them yet. Warm we'll do that. Not mutually exclusive. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that would be useful. Okay, we'll see about doing some aeronautic as well while we build up to 1,000,000-man army. Okay, yeah. Now, okay. Send attaché. They will not accept? What? We just got buddy-buddy with you. Let's come over here. Do that. That division looks weaker. So we're going to attack it. And it's in the plains and not in the forest. Let's see if we can keep pushing these guys. Hopefully they'll continue to fall in behind me. Alright, just to that. Yes, I know I do have a potential problem here with supply. I'm going to go back out, but are in the plains. We don't have nearly enough steel. So, or rubber. Dutch cut me off. Um, well, I don't think, I'm trying to choose my words correctly here. I think this is too harsh for what's going on because we've befriended Japan. Yeah, Japan is bashing into China for sure, and a lot of nations are upset with them. But I don't see that as enough reason for the Dutch to stop, or the British. The British hadn't been. Again, I think that's incorrect, trading with Germany on rubber. But I don't see the Dutch. Look, you got to understand the situation. World War One, and you have to understand what happens in World War One to understand what is happening in World War Two, and it goes for every nation. The better you understand it, the better you get. You can get a picture of what's happening. In World War One, the Netherlands fairly early fully mobilizes their troops as if they're going to war. They obviously don't, but they keep that level of mobilization. They create, in essence, I don't know, I say in essence because I don't know that it's quite as sophisticated as, I'm sure it's not at the top level even, where the Germans are using a lot of concrete, but sophisticated in its entrenching systems that, we know on the Western Front, the functionally, from the sea to Switzerland, the continuous entrenchment that's along the front line, and it's basically continuous. Germany is the only one that uses large amounts of concrete in its frontline fortifications. And I don't think the Dutch are doing any of that. But they do a fairly sophisticated entrenchment along their border, which includes, what Germany includes the, Belgian border here, at least where it's all strategically makes sense to. I don't know if they're down here in Maastricht or whatever, if they're really, really trying to defend that. That may just be figured. I don't know about this. I'm guessing here, that, defend what you think is defensible. I'm not saying there wasn't troops. I'm just saying probably not heavily defended. So they militarize themselves up, and they get set up to fight for their country, to make it. And they have no interest in joining the war, but they want to say to both sides, don't come in and mess with us. We're not an easy invasion path for you coming into, to go into Germany. Germany, you don't get to come into here. And they really hope in World War II that it's going to be the same thing. Now, we're not really anywhere near World War II right now in March 38. Now, yeah, we've just, and I did see the thing flash up. I didn't read it, where their trade influence went to shit with the Netherlands. That we're picking sides, and Germany did pick sides in the conflict, and it was Japan's side. But as far as I can tell, and I look at this because, again, I don't know how many, I know some of you have been around enough to know, but I do make a mod. The primary, I have had assistance over time, and people have contributed a lot, but it's my mod of Third Reich events for Hearts of Iron 3. Did a Hearts of Iron 4 version, never released, but for Hearts of Iron 3, it's a sub-mod to Black Ice. And so I look at what's going on in as much detail as I can, find books and information about World War II. And I'm always learning more stuff. But I see no negative diplomatic reaction to Germany politically aligning themselves, particularly through the Anti-Comintern Pact, with Japan. Now, Germany had supplied equipment and munitions and trainers into the, I think, hundreds. I know I have not an aerial photo, but it's a top-down photo. I think from I don't know what they were on. It's real near. It's at the train station, and they're pretty damn high up. So either there was a tall water tower or something that somebody climbed up on and shot it. And it's this huge train. It's probably, I don't know, more than 10 train cars, maybe to 20 train cars or something like that. Train. They on one of the, sort of in the middle of it, one of them has a huge, basically, and it's sort of, I could tell fold up, but a Nazi flag that's almost as long as a train car, big swastika is as wide as the train car in it. And they're getting ready to evacuate somewhere out of wherever they are in China and head towards the coast to keep the Japanese from attacking it. And this was the evacuation of the German military mission to China, to nationalist China, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, it's not to communist China. And that is them leaving. And so they had been a major military trainer. Also, Chiang Kai-shek's adopted son in 1938 is still in. He's in until I think it's 39. He's in the German army. I know I talked about this recently. He's in the invasion of Czechoslovakia. Not the Sudetenland, but yes, he drives a Panzer. He's treated as an officer, but he's an NCO, and he commands a tank with a German tank crew. So he's speaking German, and he speaks German well enough to communicate with the tank crew, and so he drives. I don't know if it's like a Panzer II. I think it's a Panzer II, but I'm not sure. Panzer II or Panzer III. He drives one into Czechoslovakia. So yeah, there's still remnants of connections with China. This is through to the end of Czechoslovakia. Eventually he gets recalled to China. And I do know that when the Americans reinforced during this time period, maybe it's 36, maybe it's 38, but before the I think it's before they invade down here, but it's definitely the war is on with Japan. I don't know if it's before or after the Panay incident. The U.S. reinforces its security forces here in Shanghai. Basically sends in a bunch of armed sailors. It's interesting. They do it under they use, and they get permission. I don't presume they get permission to use the Hamburg American Line dock. Why did they use the Hamburg American Line dock? Well, I know there's the name America in it, but it really has nothing to do with the United States. It's a shipping line. It's a major shipping line of Germany. And they do go to the United States, but for them, Hamburg American is more transatlantic, to North and South America. The reason they use it is, and you can clearly see in the photos, they have a huge swastika flag painted on this is where the train car was a cloth flag stuck temporarily on top of it. They have a huge swastika flag painted on top of the dock. It's just like a sheet metal covered dock. But they have a huge swastika flag painted on top of it, telling the Japanese, don't bomb this dock. And so the U.S. use it to land their troops there, to go into to the foreign quarter. The U.S. doesn't have a specific concession. They're part of the international concession. Japan has its own little sort of concession, which has its own little troops going on. So they use the cover of German, and this was when it was still in Chinese control. So Germany still has real connections, and they're still during 38. There's still Chinese meetings with Hitler, and I've covered them in my mod. I know there's chat going on. I'll pay attention to it in a minute. And there's the Emperor's younger brother, I think it's around 38, 39, comes and visits Hitler. And so they're definitely, Japan is definitely trying to hey, be on our side. China is sort of hey, don't forget about us. But very quickly, once the war starts, Germany withdraws its military advisors, and to the best of my knowledge, stops sending arms. The Panzer ones that China uses and they get destroyed or captured here by the Japanese and around the battles around here. Those were all given earlier, or sold earlier. Actually, sold. They're not given. But yeah, I don't see what I just did to cause that big of a negative situation with the Dutch. Let's see what here. Okay, Mauricio is probably gone by now. Hopefully have a good day. Raising you start different scenarios for okay, cool. You're talking about um, the mod, yes. Okay. Have you been putting diplomatic points into keeping from stop? No, I have not. Maybe that's the problem. Port Mark. That could be the sneaky Dutch had secret plans taking over the world. Well, I saved it. I haven't posted it yet, but um, let me try to. I want to try to. It's sort of a joke meme thing that I got dealing with the Dutch. The This is sort of what the tagline said on this. Um, it's a picture of the Dutch concession that was down here for a long time before Japan opens up trade to the rest of the world. So we're talking before like 1860 or whatever. It says something. The Japanese learned that the Dutch like to inhabit little islands, so they built a small island to attract Dutch traders to live on. It's sort of back and forth. But yeah, the Dutch, they get the Dutch traders. Didn't the Germans give? Yeah, Panzer ones. Yes, they trained. D88 Division 88 is the primary German trained division that gets destroyed around Nanking. They train a few other divisions, but D88 is the showcase division, if you will. You do see the Stahlhelm being worn by some elite units. I don't know if they're divisional size, but elite units. I don't want to call them bodyguard units because they weren't necessarily that, but some of the elite stuff that Chiang Kai-shek believes that are loyal to him, and so he believes that Japan is going to be defeated, so he doesn't need to destroy any more of his divisions defending China, his good stuff, and just sort of keep a front line active and try to keep these good divisions, one, that won't maybe flip over to a warlord that might do a coup against them, and two, be ready to fight the commies when it comes time. So there's some of those units that are still, and through to the end of the war, wearing German helmets and carrying some German light weapons, but their heavy weapons are basically all destroyed around Nanking. So yeah, but no Panzer IIs were given or sold. Let's see, beam slide. So yeah, the Dutch like to inhabit little islands. It was funny when you read it. It's probably not funny the way I'm telling it to you, but yeah. So I think that's a bit much, and maybe it's the trade thing. Okay, so let's get just right now one. No, one. Let's try that. Okay, well, okay, that's good. We're pretty good with that. Now, reactivate core steel mill. You can only do one at a time. They're coming in to, I don't know, rescue me or just make sure that I'm not cut off. And yes, reactivate steel mill. I'd love one more division to help defend against these, and then we can continue cutting off this pocket. Okay. Now we will do mountain infantry now. Oh, good. They're pushing from here too. Well, that's looking smart. Wow. And they're sending reinforcements all the way down here. Cool. maybe we'll create a good pocket and push this way instead of to the coast. That was my, because I didn't think they were going to push. You know, I was just trying to create a pocket to then eliminate it. Hey, come on, push into here, push into there. Bases on 2 fronts, nice. I want to get fighter production costs down by 5%. Is sort of what I'm doing this for. Still don't have enough steel, but we got nearly enough. Let's do that. And let's do it. And we got, what's our current total? 177. So let's build a few more military factories. Keep that going. If you ever want to try Iron Curtain. Thank you, Ringo. I don't know. I will keep that in mind. There's a lot of good mods to check out for Hoi 4. It just quite honestly comes down to time. Do I have enough time to do them all? And I really hope I give this one, you know, justice and whatnot. Come on, you should collapse. Let me. Computing machine, great. That makes other research better, faster, quicker. I guess we can push into the Emil. Oh, wait a minute. Let me, just looking to see, was there something that I was, continue BF 109. That's later. Prioritize 190. Okay, so yeah, we should push into the Emil now, I guess. There's a lot of nuances to these games. I know that I'm not giving them maybe all the justice I should. But I'm waiting to get Czechoslovakia to do that. No, if we're going to go early on something, I want to go on industrial research to start something in production. Doug A. Right, well. Let's do that. Is doing our discussion on the evil Dutch Empire, so prepare my right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm ignoring the conversation on the evil Dutch Empire. Okay, see, I was going to come here, but then I looked because I'm learning, and see, I should attack here because that has a railway junction, and if we connect this up, we'll get better supplies than through overland there. See, I'm learning. Gamer is almost smart enough to learn things. Wow. Okay, let's see. We do armor genius here. Rommel, armor division attack, which is we're using currently right now. So that sounds like a plan. I played a little bit of campaign series Vietnam, which in one person pointed out the graphics. Yeah, the graphics could use a major update, but they've been sort of slow. It's a you have to realize some of these dev teams are pretty damn small, and a lot of people think, oh yeah, it's coming from Slytherin or whatever. Well, Slytherin's a fairly small company, but their dev team on Command Series is small and trying to revamp all the graphics, and they're looking more at the core game. And I want to play more of that because that's a really sort of cool game. And he's sort of going with comments from Ringo here. Try this or some other like New World Order or Old World Blues mods or Iron Curtain or whatever for OA4. I want to play more, and I will be playing more, which has graphics up. The Ardennes offensive game, and there's just so much more I want to do. I just haven't had time to get to. I just feel a lot of these things I'm not doing as much justice to it as I should. Okay, are we producing? Let's see. Well, probably just a bunch of divisions spammed out onto the field. Heavy. This is what I was checking on. What I sometimes don't realize, because I saw MG34 here. Okay, and that's cool. That's cool. But I also knew there was heavy infantry equipment. And then, yes, okay, it's MG34. Wish the names were a bit more consistent. So that I know what I'm doing. Okay. So I can pretend I know what I'm doing better. We need more rubber. I'm not getting this stuff from Cyan. Why aren't we getting this stuff from Cyan? Sweden and National of Spain and Romania are out doing this. Damn. Peru? Will you help a buddy out here? Hello, Darth Canali? Canil? Pretending is half the... Yes. Showing up is half the job. The other half of the job is pretending you can do it. Yes. This I forget what famous actor that said this, but it's very true. Sincerity is the key to success, and when you can fake that, you've got it made. Okay. Well, let's see. I don't have any agents yet, but I guess we could improve relations. We'll try that. We're going to try to build some. We are building synthetic factories up, but not yet enough. While we can, I'm planning on trading for it. Okay, now while we can rush and go, I know we have almost zero organization, but go, 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 because they didn't have any organization. And if I could close this pocket, here we have it closed. We have, well, some level of rail links. Still need to get some more rail links here, but there we go. Oh, you're being pushed because they were counterattacked. Because they don't have enough supply. They're pushed back. We're defending here, but they're going to come in here. Great. Okay, aeronautical funding. Very good. Well, we're not going to do Enigma yet, because cryptology I don't think is what we need. Okay, well... I think we have good stocks for more. Well, let's put a motorized infantry division into production. We'll see about tweaking it later on. Let's add. Only add one unit there. Okay. Oh, we haven't really been making enough. I don't know. Are we making any transport planes? Oh, we can do this. Okay, how big of a hit will we take? Minor hit. Okay, good. Yeah, maybe we should make some transport planes. Yeah, well, at least we have enough rubber coming in now. Well, if we're going to make transport planes, might as well. HE-111 F-Force. Don't know what that is. Obviously, that's a JU-52 symbol there, but... Now, I would make West Wall be a thing that's required for Sudetenland push. Because Germany would be way too afraid, not just Hitler, but the German army. Would be way too afraid of facing France without a defensive wall there. So we'll do this. It's only 21 days. Need to research that, focus on oil contracts. Yeah. I think that's probably good advice there. Let's see if we can just crush this here, help them do that. Why did you let them get that? You come up to here. September, October that the state crisis happened, so it's fairly early. Oh, they pushed from this other side. Oh, good. Paratroopers. Well, okay, we'll continue to push. On oil here, we've got I don't think I want to do that. That's too far ahead, but we could see about some of this. Do that. Well, I don't know who you mean by you know who. YouTube? I don't think YouTube cares enough to notice, quite honestly. Um, uh, Somehow, I have been able to get responses from Team YouTube or at Team YouTube from Twitter. So they've helped me out with several situations. But YouTube doesn't pay. Doesn't. I'm not even on YouTube's radar really. Um, I don't think they care enough about what you're going to do for making China upset or not upset. Yeah, this is the research center you're talking about. Okay. We'll grab that. That's fine. Ooh, 70 days. Let's just see if there's something else I should be doing. Muffin SS is cool, but probably don't need to do that just yet. I don't see. I was sort of avoiding this because see that negative Netherlands was the main one, but also Dutch East Indies. But now that they've done that, I don't really see exploitation, reduced economic fatigue. Yeah, but well, how bad is that's another thing I haven't been paying attention to. Oh God, this Uncharted and I have spoke, voice in person on this. Um, I consider him, an internet friend, but this is my big disagreement with this mod. This is it. I just think this is too harsh for the time scale that we're dealing with. I just really do. Okay, tote only comes at war. Only comes at war. I'm just studying here. Luftwaffe assistance. Now this I could see. If we're actually spending more equipment here, not just this one here. Uh, yeah, we'll do this first. The other one's 70 days. Not too long, but it's longish. Yeah. Yeah, okay, you're right. You're right. I got time now to do that for this thing. You're right. You're absolutely right. If you're gonna do it early. Get the slot now. Can't we cancel the focus here? Pretty sure we can. Cancel, yes. We are yes, you're right. You're right. Do it now. Okay, so we've now created two pockets. One, well, that's sort of the non-pocket in there because that's where the capital is. And we have this pocket and then we have this coastal pocket. Now they may have some industry to keep them some supplied in some of these. Oh, they just opened that one back up. But well, supply that way now. There's an Italian division. Come on, guys, just send in one division to support this attack and we'll get this. Rommel might be able to do it all on his own, but he shouldn't have to. Ah. Get an army group. Not sure exactly what you're talking about there. I think we're going to end the episode, not the live stream, just the episode here. I want to thank you all for making this far. I want to thank my patrons, Sir Toyjet, Nils, Niagro, I know I'm forgetting a bunch there, Strong Arm, partially because they use multiple names. I want to thank you guys for support on Patreon, but everybody else, you know what, I'd really just love it if you guys just hit that thumbs up. You can do it for the live stream if you're on YouTube now. And of course, if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. Love to see you around more often. Thanks so much. See you next time for, yes, more Hearts of Iron.